In our previous lecture, we learnt about the law of conservation of linear momentum. So the statement for the conservation of linear momentum was something like the total linear momentum of an isolated system of interacting particles is conserved, and the expression for this is m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Here v and u represents the velocity, u is initial velocity, v is final velocity, and m1 m2 are the masses of the two objects. Now we have derived this equation. So this equation by using one method. So there's another method for deriving the same equation. So let us discuss that. So here it is alternate method for law of conservation of linear momentum. So again same consideration. So here consider a body A of mass m1 moving with a velocity u1 collide with another body B of mass m2 moving in the same direction. With a velocity u2. So for this, let t be the time of impact. Let t be the time of impact. So what we have here? So we have considered a body A and a body B. So for this A, the mass is m1 and which is moving with a velocity u, and this collide with another body B of mass m2 moving with the same direction with a velocity u2. So you have u1 and u2 and A and B. Clear? So here let t be the time of impact. So we also understood what is t. So if I draw the diagram for this, what is the, so you have A and you have B. So both these objects are moving in the same direction. So now this is before collision. And now during collision, what will happen? Again you have A, B. So the FAB will be in this direction, FBA, and FAB will be in this direction. So this is during collision. And you have the last diagram AB. So this is V1 and this is V2 and this is after collision. So consider a body of mass m1 moving with a velocity u1 collide with another body B of mass m2 which was moving with the velocity u2. So let t be the time of impact and v1 and v2 be the velocities of the body AB respectively after collision. So you can also write let v1 and v2 be the final velocities of A and B after collision. So now then force exerted by the body A on B will be what? FBA, and that can be written as what? So if I write the force exerted by A on B, so that can be written as FBA, which is what? Mass of B into acceleration of B. Mass of B multiplied by acceleration of B. So this can be written as what? Mass of B is m2. Acceleration can be written as rate of change of velocity by time. So this is FBA. Next, the force exerted by B on body A can be written as FAB, which is equals to mass of A multiplied by acceleration of A. So that can be written as m1 v1 minus u1 by t. So this is FAB. So you have got FBA and FAB. So from Newton's third law of motion, so we can tell, so these two forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So I can write FBA is equals to minus FB. So this we are writing from Newton's third law of motion. So if I write that here, so from Newton's third law of motion, so you can write FBA is equals to minus FAB. So FBA is equals to minus FAB. Next, so FBA is what? M2 V2 minus U2 divided by T is equals to minus of M1 V1 minus U1 by T. So cross multiply or you can cancel it directly, so no need to cross multiply. So cancel it, what will you be left with? M2 V2 minus M2 U2 is equals to minus M1 V1 plus M1 U1. So if you take this term to this side and this term to this side, what we'll get? So M2 V2 plus M1 V1 is equals to M1 U1 plus M2 U2. So you can also write this as M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equals to M1 U1 plus M2 U2. So this is what the equation that we got in the last derivation, and this method is a alternative method. So if you don't understand that method, then you can go for this method. So this method is quite simple to that method. So M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equals to M1 U1 plus M2 U2. So here I can write total momentum after collision is equals to total momentum before collision. Clear? So this is what the principle of conservation of linear momentum. This is the principle of conservation of linear momentum. So hope this equation is clear to you all. So here total momentum after collision is equals to total momentum before collision. So this is the principle of linear momentum. m1 v1 plus m2 v2 is equals to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Next, let us try to understand few examples for the conservation of momentum. So for this illustration, for conservation of momentum. So there are basically like 3 examples. I'll discuss 2. So third also I'll discuss, but I'll not write it in the book. So first here is recoil of a gun. So this you might have learnt in your high school. So what is recoil of a gun? So when a bullet is fired from the gun moves back opposite to the direction of motion of the bullet. So this backward motion of gun is called recoil, and the velocity with which it moves back is called recoil velocity. When a bullet is fired from a gun, the gun moves back opposite to the direction of motion of the bullet. Next, this backward, so this backward motion of the gun is called recoil, and the velocity with which it moves back is called recoil velocity. So here you have when a bullet is fired from a gun, the gun moves back opposite to the direction of motion of bullet. So this backward motion of gun is called recoil, and the velocity with which it moves back is called recoil velocity. Now before firing the bullet, both bullet and gun will be what? So both this bullet and gun will be at rest. So before firing, and hence the total momentum is 0. So total momentum here will be what? 0, because the bullet and gun are at rest. So after firing, bullet moves forward. So bullet moves in this direction and gun moves in this direction. So this bullet moves with large momentum and gun moves backward with the equal momentum. So these two has equal momentum but opposite in direction. So next here let us consider, let M and M be the masses of the bullet and gun respectively. So M is the mass of the bullet and capital M is the mass of the gun. So if V, small v and capital V are the velocities of the bullet and gun respectively, after firing So then we can write 0 is equals to mv, so this is small v, so small v, plus capital M, capital V. So why mv? Because momentum is what? Momentum is product of mass into velocity. So initially the momentum of the bullet and gun is 0 because these two, bullet and gun, are at rest. So P is equals to 0 initially. So after when you fire a bullet from the gun, the mass of the gun and the bullet mass will remain same, but velocities changes. So small v will be the velocity or the final velocity of the bullet, and capital V will be the final velocity of the gun. So if you consider this, then this is initial momentum and this is final momentum of the system of bullet and gun. So if you need this velocity, that is the velocity of the gun or the final velocity of the gun, then you can write mv is equals to minus mv. So that means, so v will be equals to what? mv divided by m minus. Clear? So here what we have is, so this negative sign. So what does this negative sign indicates? So this negative sign indicates the gun moves in the opposite direction to that of bullet. So if you see here, so the gun is moving opposite to the direction of bullet. Because of this we got negative sign here. So this is the expression for the recoil velocity of the gun. So what is this? So this is the expression for recoil velocity of the gun. So what it is? So V is equals to minus mv divided by m. So you should not confuse between these two, V and small v. So capital V is equals to minus m small v by v. So if you know this equation, then it will be good. So you can also draw this velocity, this mass, this mass. So the first thing is you should know this equation. Then you can write the equation for anything. So you can also write for this m. So you can also write equation for this v. So for this m also you can write. So the main thing is you should know how the momentum is varying initially and finally. So this is the expression for recoil velocity of the gun. So now if you take the magnitude of recoil velocity, what will that be? V is equals to mv by m. So this is what? This is magnitude of, so recoil velocity of gun. So it is just a magnitude of the recoil velocity of gun. So again V is equals to mv by m. So next example here is, so you might have seen a man who is jumping from a boat to the shore. So this boat moves backward before jumping from the boat. So the total momentum will be 0. When a man jumps from the boat acquires an equal and opposite momentum, because of which it moves backward. So what is that? So when a man jumps from a boat to shore, the boat moves backward. So this will be the direction of boat and this will be the direction of man. So before jumping, the total momentum will be again 0. So when man jumps from boat, so boat acquires an equal and opposite momentum, because of which this boat moves backward. So this is the second illustration for the conservation of momentum. So the third is simple one. So in rocket launching, so you might have seen the burning of fuel. So this again is the example for the conservation of momentum. So what they will do, so in a rocket large amount of gases are produced by burning the suitable fuel within it. So if you have seen the rocket launch, so they will burn the large amount of the fuel. Next, when the highly compressed gas comes out, or when this gas escapes with high velocity, then the tail will be in the downward direction. So this carries a large momentum in the downward direction. Then rocket moves upward. So this moves upward with the same change in momentum as that of the ejected gas. So this ejected gas will get escaped from the exit of the rocket. So this escape will be with high velocity. So when there will be high velocity in this direction, so this rocket will move in this direction. So here also you can see the equal and opposite reactions. So here the gas is coming in the opposite direction of the moment of the rocket. So this is again an illustration for the conservation of momentum. So we basically learned three examples. So the first is recoil of a gun. So in that we saw recoil velocity, and we also understood what is recoil. So then we came for the example wherein a man jumps from boat to shore and boat moves backwards. So we understood what is the theory behind this. And the third one is the rocket launch. So these are the three illustrations for the conservation of momentum. So hope you all have understood this derivation also. Here the total momentum after collision is equals to total momentum before collision, and this is the principle of conservation of linear momentum. So in the next class we will be dealing with the equilibrium of the concurrent forces. So for this class, let us wind up, and in the next class we'll go for the concurrent forces.